Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you something. If 1 year from now, your life could look completely different, completely transformed, would you go all in? Not just dipping a toe in the water, but diving headfirst into the deep end of possibility? This is your moment. This is your year. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a speech, it's a wake-up call, a roadmap, a challenge. We've all been stuck at some point, trapped by fear, held back by excuses. But today I'm here to tell you it's not about where you've been, it's about where you've been, it's about where you're going. And the difference between who you are today and who you'll be in a year isn't luck. It's the choices you make starting now. So stay with me, because by the end of this talk, you'll have the keys to unlock a life that's not just successful, but truly extraordinary. Vision is the foundation of all transformation. Before you can build the life you dream of, you need to see it clearly. And I'm not just talking about vague wishes or fleeting ideas. I'm talking about a vision so sharp, so vivid that it feels real to you even before it happens. It's the kind of vision that gets you out of bed in the morning, the kind that whispers to you, keep going when everything in you wants to quit. Too often, people limit themselves to the boundaries of their current circumstances. They look around at their life, their job, their relationships, and think, this is it. This is all I can hope for. But what if I told you that the life you're living now is just a snapshot, a single frame in the movie of your potential? You see, the human spirit is capable of extraordinary things when it dares to dream beyond the confines of what's familiar. And that's where the magic of vision begins, daring to imagine what doesn't yet exist. Take a moment to picture the life you truly want, not the one you think you can achieve if things go right, or the one someone else has told you to want, but the one that feels like it was tailor-made for your soul. Picture it. What does it look like? What do you see when you wake up each day? Who is standing beside you? What kind of work fills your days with purpose? How do you feel as you walk through your world? Now, let me challenge you, don't just see it, feel it. Immerse yourself in it. Smell the air. Hear the sounds. Imagine the emotions coursing through you as you live that life. Because the clearer your vision, the stronger your drive to reach it. And when your vision becomes more powerful than your doubts, you'll find yourself moving toward it, even when the road gets rough. But here's the thing about vision, it doesn't come to you fully formed. It grows. It evolves. You have to nurture it like a seed. It requires you to quiet the noise of doubt, fear, and the opinions of others. It demands that you protect it fiercely, even when the world tells you it's impossible. And most importantly, it requires you to take action, however small, to bring it to life. The great tragedy is not failing to achieve a vision, it's never daring to dream one in the first place. People who lack vision are like ships without a compass, drifting aimlessly in the currents of life. But when you have a vision, you're not just drifting, you're navigating, you're steering towards something that matters. Your vision isn't just a fantasy, it's a promise to yourself. It's a declaration that you refuse to settle, that you're willing to fight for a life that aligns with your deepest desires. So don't just imagine your future. Own it, embrace it, and take the first step toward making it real. Because your vision has the power to transform everything. Purpose is the heartbeat of transformation. It is the engine that powers every action, every decision, and every step forward. Without purpose, even the grandest dreams can feel hollow, and even the smallest challenges can seem insurmountable. Purpose is what gives meaning to the grind, the struggle, and the perseverance required to change your life. It is the why that drives the what and how. And let me tell you something, if your why is strong enough, there's no obstacle big enough to stop you. Think about a moment in your life when you felt truly alive, when you were doing something that didn't just feel good but felt right. That's the feeling of purpose in motion. It's the alignment of who you are with what you're doing. Purpose doesn't just motivate you, it roots you. It gives you a reason to push forward when things get tough, when the odds are against you, and when progress feels slow. Purpose is the difference between giving up and digging deep. But discovering your purpose isn't always straightforward. Many people go through life feeling like something is missing, unable to pinpoint what truly drives them. They chase goals that look good on the surface: money, status, approval, only to find that achieving them doesn't bring the fulfillment they expected. That's because purpose isn't about chasing what others think you should want. It's about uncovering what genuinely matters to you. It's deeply personal, rooted in your values, your passions, and your unique gifts. Finding your purpose starts with asking yourself hard questions. What lights me up? What breaks my heart? What would I fight for, even if there were no guarantee of success? Purpose is often born in the places where your deepest joy meets the world's greatest need. It's about contributing something meaningful, something bigger than yourself. When you connect your actions to a higher purpose, even the mundane becomes meaningful. Work becomes service. Sacrifice becomes investment. Struggle becomes growth. Once you find your purpose, hold on to it tightly, write it down, speak it aloud, remind yourself of it daily. Because purpose is what will keep you grounded when doubt creeps in, when setbacks arise, and when the road ahead feels uncertain. Purpose has the power to silence the voice in your head that says, this is too hard, or you're not good enough. It replaces those voices with a steady, unshakable belief that what you're doing matters. Purpose doesn't just transform your life, it transforms the lives of those around you. When you live with purpose, you inspire others to find theirs. Your actions, your words, your very presence can ignite a spark in someone else's journey. That's the ripple effect of living a purpose-driven life. So if you haven't found your purpose yet, don't stop searching. And if you have, let it guide you like a lighthouse through every storm. Because when you're driven by purpose, nothing can stand in your way. It is your North Star, your anchor, and your greatest power. Consistency is the silent force behind every success story. It's not glamorous, it's not always exciting, but it's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. You can have the biggest vision and the strongest purpose, but without consistency, those things remain ideas instead of realities. Transformation doesn't come from one big leap, it comes from the small, repeated steps you take every single day, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. The truth is, success is built in the mundane moments. It's built in the early mornings when you choose discipline over comfort. It's built in the evenings when you decide to work a little longer or reflect a little deeper. It's in the choices you make over and over again, the workouts you do when you're tired, the books you read when you'd rather scroll, the sacrifices you make when the easier path calls your name. Consistency is what turns effort into habits and habits into results. But let's be honest, consistency isn't easy. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up, when progress feels too slow, or when life throws challenges your way. Those are the moments that test your commitment. Anyone can be consistent when they're motivated or when the path is smooth. The real test is whether you can stay consistent when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unexciting. Here's the secret: you don't have to be perfect to be consistent. Too often people think consistency means never missing a step, never making a mistake. But that's not true. Consistency is about getting back on track every time you fall off. It's about choosing progress over perfection. A missed day, a setback, or a mistake doesn't erase your efforts. What matters is how quickly you return to your routine. Consistency isn't about never failing, it's about never quitting. Another key to consistency is breaking your big goals into small, manageable actions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the size of your dreams, but when you focus on the next step, the one thing you can do today, it becomes manageable. Those small steps, taken consistently, create momentum. Momentum turns into progress. And over time, progress leads to transformation. It's also important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean doing everything at once. Focus is your ally. Choose the habits and actions that align most closely with your goals and commit to those. You don't need to tackle everything at once, you just need to keep moving forward. Consistency isn't flashy, but it is powerful. It's what allows an ordinary person to achieve extraordinary results. It's the difference between someone who gives up when results don't come quickly and someone who stays the course until success is inevitable. If you can show up every day, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, you'll find that consistency isn't just a habit, it's a superpower. Keep showing up, and you'll transform not just your life, but yourself. Setbacks are inevitable. They are as much a part of life as the air we breathe. No one achieves greatness without facing obstacles, failures, or moments of doubt. But here's the truth that separates those who succeed from those who don't. Setbacks are not the end of the road, they are detours that can lead to even greater opportunities. What defines your journey isn't the setbacks you face, it's how you respond to them. When you learn to see setbacks as setups for comebacks, you unlock a power within yourself that is unstoppable. Too often, setbacks are seen as failures, as evidence that we're not good enough or that our dreams are out of reach. But in reality, setbacks are lessons in disguise. They force us to pause, reflect, and adapt. They show us what isn't working and push us to find new ways forward. If you look closely, you'll see that every setback carries a message. It might be teaching you patience, resilience, creativity, or the importance of preparation. Instead of seeing setbacks as barriers, see them as teachers. There is a profound strength in embracing setbacks. When you stop running from failure and start facing it head on, you begin to strip it of its power. You realize that failure isn't something to be feared, it's something to be used. Every time you stumble, you're given a choice: stay down or rise up stronger. And every time you choose to rise, you build a resilience that prepares you for the challenges ahead. Think of the greatest successes in history: scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, leaders. Their journeys are filled with moments where they could have given up. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways it won't work." Each of those failures was a step toward the invention of the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers. What set them apart wasn't their talent alone, it was their refusal to let setbacks define them. When you face a setback, the first step is to shift your mindset. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Reframe the situation as an opportunity to grow. This isn't easy, it requires humility and courage, but it's transformative. By choosing to learn, you turn a moment of defeat into a building block for future success. Another crucial element is persistence. Setbacks test your commitment to your goals. They ask you, how much do you really want this? And if your answer is clear and unwavering, no setback will be strong enough to stop you. Each time you push forward, you're proving to yourself that you have what it takes. Remember, a setback is just a chapter, not the whole story. It's not a period, it's a comma. It's a chance to regroup, to refocus, and to come back stronger. The next time life knocks you down, don't just get back up, rise with intention, with purpose, and with the knowledge that your best days are still ahead. The people you surround yourself with have a profound influence on your journey. They shape your thoughts, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. You've likely heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This is more than just a catchy phrase. It's a truth that can either propel you toward greatness or hold you back in mediocrity. If you want to transform your life, you must be intentional about the company you keep. Your environment matters, and the people in it play a critical role in shaping who you become. Look closely at the people around you. Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they keeping you in a place of comfort? Do they challenge you to be better, or do they enable your excuses? Surrounding yourself with greatness doesn't mean only seeking out people who have made it. It means finding those who inspire you, who align with your values, and who push you to reach for more. It's about building a network of individuals who elevate your mindset, hold you accountable, and remind you of your potential when you forget it yourself. But this doesn't happen by accident. Building a powerful circle takes effort and intentionality. Start by seeking out those who have already achieved what you aspire to achieve. Their experience and wisdom can offer you a blueprint for your own success. Learn from their habits, their discipline, and their mindset. But don't stop there. Look for people who are on the same journey as you, those who understand the struggles and triumphs of striving for something greater. These peers become your support system, the ones who walk beside you, cheering you on and reminding you that you're not alone. Equally important is evaluating the relationships that may no longer serve you. This can be one of the hardest parts of transformation. There may be people in your life who, whether intentionally or unintentionally, hold you back. They may doubt your dreams, dismiss your efforts, or discourage you from stepping outside your comfort zone. Letting go of these relationships doesn't mean you don't care about them. It means you care enough about your future to prioritize it. Remember, your energy is precious, and you can't afford to spend it in environments that don't support your growth. At the same time, be the kind of person others want in their circle. Success is not just about taking, it's about giving. Encourage others, share your knowledge, and celebrate their victories as if they were your own. When you uplift others, you create a culture of mutual support and inspiration. The journey to greatness isn't meant to be walked alone. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to rise higher, who see your potential even when you can't. and who remind you that every step forward matters. The right people will not only influence your path, but also make the journey more meaningful, inspiring, and transformative. Choose wisely, because the company you keep can change your life. Living your legacy is not about waiting for some distant future when you've checked all the boxes or achieved all your goals. It's about embracing the principles, values, and actions that define your vision of success right now in the present moment. Too many people postpone living the life they truly want, believing it will only be possible after they've made it, but success is not a destination, it's a way of being. The legacy you want to leave behind isn't something you start building at the finish line. It's something you create in every choice, every action, and every interaction starting today. When you think about legacy, it might feel overwhelming, as though it's something reserved for people with enormous influence or resources. But the truth is, your legacy is shaped by how you show up in the world daily. It's in the kindness you extend to others, the effort you put into your work, and the integrity you uphold in your decisions. It's about being the kind of person who inspires others, not by words alone, but by living in a way that reflects the values you hold dear. Your legacy begins with how you carry yourself in the small, everyday moments. The mistake many people make is believing that their impact will only matter once they've reached a certain level of success or recognition. They think they need the title, the wealth, or the accolades before they can make a difference. But that's not true. You don't need to wait for permission to live your legacy. You don't need a grand platform to be a person of influence. Every action you take, no matter how small, contributes to the story you're writing about your life. Living your legacy also means aligning your daily actions with your bigger purpose. If you envision yourself as someone who inspires, motivates, or leads, then start embodying those qualities now. Speak words of encouragement to the people around you. Lead by example in your work or your community. If you want to be known for generosity, start giving with what you have, no matter how little it may seem. The habits you cultivate today will become the foundation of the life you create tomorrow. But living your legacy isn't just about what you do for others, it's also about the relationship you build with yourself. Are you living authentically? Are you honoring your own needs, dreams, and boundaries? Your legacy isn't just the impact you leave on the world, it's also the fulfillment you find within yourself. Success that doesn't come from a place of integrity is hollow, and a life that isn't aligned with your true self is unfulfilling. The beauty of living your legacy today is that it transforms your perspective. It shifts your focus from waiting to acting, from someday to now. When you start living as the person you aspire to be, you attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with that vision. And most importantly, you create a life that you're proud of, not just in the future, but in every moment along the way.